Imagine an island so perfect, so untouched, that no human has ever left a footprint on its sand. A place that looks like paradise, but it's still completely forbidden. Why? What force, natural or mysterious, keeps us away? Today, we're diving deep into the truth behind the world's most untouched islands and the real reasons they remain isolated from humanity. Our journey begins at North Sentinel Island, a place that seems frozen in a world where time never moved forward. The beaches look peaceful, the forests thick and untouched, but this island guards one of the last truly isolated communities on Earth. The Sentinelese have lived here for nearly 60,000 years without contact from the outside world. Their isolation isn't about hostility, it's about survival. Even the common cold could wipe out the entire tribe. Their immune system has never been exposed to modern diseases, so the island is kept off limits to protect them from us, not the other way around. The moment a boat gets too close, warnings appear, arrows, shouts, or vanishing figures in the trees. It's a living reminder that not all mysteries are meant to be solved, and not all places want to be entered. Traveling across the ocean, we reach Surtsey, a young island born violently in 1963 when lava burst through the seafloor and created land from nothing. Today, the island is one of the most tightly protected places on the planet. Only a few scientists are allowed to set foot there each year, and even they must follow strict rules. They can't bring seeds, soil, or food scraps. They must sterilize their boots and equipment. Even a tiny crumb out of place could bring in organisms that completely disturb the natural balance forming on the island. Surtsey is one of the few places on Earth where life is developing completely on its own, and scientists are observing how each stage unfolds. Birds bring seeds in their stomachs. Ocean currents deliver drifting plants. Wind carries microscopic spores. Every new arrival is documented. It offers a rare chance to observe how ecosystems gradually form over long periods, as different plants, insects, and birds show up over the years in a completely natural way. Our journey turns darker as we reach Grunard Island off the coast of Scotland. It looks peaceful from afar, green, quiet, and empty. But the silence hides a terrifying past. In the 1940s, scientists tested one of the deadliest biological weapons ever created on this island. Spores of anthrax seeped deep into the soil, remaining lethal for decades. People feared the island so much that fishermen refused to sail near it, and locals believed even the wind blowing from it was unsafe. Although the island was decontaminated in the 1980s, the psychological scar remains. No one lives there. No one stays long. It stands as a chilling reminder of what happens when human curiosity goes too far. Heading toward New Zealand, the air begins to change. We feel heat rising from the ground as we approach White Island. Steam shoots from cracks in the earth, the ground trembles beneath your feet, and sulfur hangs in the air like a warning. Unlike other forbidden islands, this one doesn't scare people away. Its danger lies in its unpredictability. White Island is one of the most active volcanic islands in the world. Visitors once walked right into its crater, unaware that the volcano could erupt without warning. And in 2019, it did. The eruption was so sudden that even scientists monitoring it couldn't predict the exact moment. This island feels alive, breathing, shifting, whispering through its vents. A place where nature decides who may enter and who may not leave. Far across the Pacific, we discover islands that humans simply cannot reach, not because they're forbidden, but because the ocean itself refuses to let us in. Some atolls have razor-sharp reefs that tear boats apart before they even touch the sand. Others sit in the middle of violent currents that spin like underwater whirlpools, pulling anything that comes near into the deep. These islands are shaped by isolation. Birds nest undisturbed. Coconut crabs roam beaches that no human has ever stepped on. Their remoteness protects them more effectively than any government ever could. Then we move to islands so fragile that a single fingerprint could cause irreversible damage. These places evolved alone for millions of years. Plants grow here that exist nowhere else. Animals depend on delicate ecosystems that collapse the moment an invasive species arrives. Some islands have lost 80% of their native species simply because rats or insects were accidentally introduced by sailors. That's why governments lock these islands down completely. No tourists, no scientists, no exceptions. They are living museums, quiet snapshots of prehistoric life. In the Pacific, we encounter islands untouched not because of danger, fragility, or distance, but because ancient traditions protect them. Some are believed to hold ancestral spirits. Others are reserved only for specific ceremonies. Whether you believe these stories or not, the result is the same. The islands remain untouched for generations. What's surprising is how effective these traditions are at protecting nature. Modern conservation groups now work with indigenous communities to preserve these lands exactly as they've been for centuries. Across the world, some islands are so important for wildlife that international treaties forbid anyone from approaching them. Sea turtles lay eggs on untouched beaches. Rare birds hatch chicks in peace. Seals gather in numbers, seen nowhere else. These islands are so vital that humans stay away not out of fear, but out of responsibility. But even untouched islands are changing. Rising sea levels swallow coastlines. Violent storms reshape landscapes. Some once inaccessible islands are eroding away. Others are becoming more dangerous as volcanic activity increases or weather patterns shift. Isolation can protect an island from people, but not from the planet itself. And as we reach the end of our journey, a truth becomes clear. Untouched islands aren't empty. They're full of life, stories, and secrets. They hold memories of ancient cultures, scars of human mistakes, and astonishing examples of nature building, destroying, and rebuilding again. They remind us of a world left quiet, a world with no human mark, a place shaped only by the forces of the wild. In an age where satellites photograph every corner of the Earth, where drones fly over jungles and submarines scan the ocean floor, these islands stand defiantly uncharted. They remind us of that mystery still exists, that some places refuse to be conquered, visited, or even understood. So next time you see a nameless dot in the middle of the ocean, a place with no photos, no visitors, and no stories, remember it's not forgotten. It's protected. Not because the world doesn't care, but because it cares too much. And if there's one message these untouched islands leave behind, it's this. Some of Earth's greatest wonders are meant to stay wild. Don't forget to share the video and subscribe to the Unscripted show.